Managing of information efficiently is a game changer, especially if you want to save time and enjoy your hobby. As a YouTuber, I've developed some simple routines that make it easier to find what you need without constantly searching for things you have already come across. These tips aren't just for the hobby, they can also help streamline your day job. Sounds interesting? Let's get into it. Grüezi YouTubers, here is the guy with the Swiss accent, bringing you a new episode with fresh ideas around sensors and microcontrollers. Remember, if you subscribe, you'll always sit in the front row. In this video, we'll explore several practical tips for managing your project information efficiently. Here is what we'll cover. Documenting projects, labeling almost everything, keeping a physical inventory, creating important lists, using mind maps, taking photos, handling web searches, and the to-do list. The order of these chapters isn't set in stone, since each one covers a different area, but many of them are connected. I'll start with documenting projects because it is one of the best ways to save time. What do I mean by a project? Well, a project has at least a goal, a starting point, and usually an end date. For managing information, the end date isn't as important, but in our day job or when you're creating videos on a schedule, it definitely matters. Whenever I begin something new, I quickly create a Word file in a folder called Documentation. It's easy to find since I keep it in the favorites list in Windows Explorer because I use it often. A word about how I file documents. I file things to find them later, not to create a perfect order. I only create subfolders when I have many files for a particular topic, mainly when I want to store related PDF or similar files with a project. A tip: your storing strategy is wrong if you have empty or nearly empty folders. Instead of over-organizing, I rely on full text search and sorting by the modified date. Most of the information I need is recent and the file surfaces at the top, or I remember roughly when I created it. The structure of my documents isn't set in stone. It often changes as I work through a project. But what's important is starting early and capturing any key insights or tricks along the way. These little details are easy to forget after a few months. And I highlight the most important points in red to make them stand out. And I created a standard style called code to keep all terminal entries for future cut and paste. Extremely handy. Also because they can easily be adapted to slightly different ports or folder locations. My documents also contain screenshots, configurations, or overview drawings. This allows me to refer back to them and quickly configure a device or complete a task without needing to relearn the steps. It is all about making the process more efficient. Now you might be thinking, why not just create a backup? And yes, that's an option. But I often don't want to restore the entire system, just slightly change one part of it. That's where this method saves me a lot of time. Plus, you can't back up how-to instructions. So having a detailed document is a huge time saver. Next up is labeling, which is similar to creating documents but focuses on the physical world. I use this affordable Brother PT P700 label printer because it comes with PC software, prints up to 24mm wide labels, can print heat shrink tubes, and I get reasonably priced knockoff material from AliExpress. Watch out because these printers often are on sale. Everything gets labeled because it helps me avoid operator errors and find things faster. I haven't tried QR codes on labels yet, but that might be the next step, because shortened web links can be printed on 12mm labels. Labeling also extends beyond my projects. Even my wife labels the laundry to make sure it's done right if I'm handling it to use energy from our solar panels when she is away. Since she has an elegant handwriting, she doesn't need a label printer, of course. The next connection to the physical world is boxes. As frequent viewers know, I have a lot of project boxes. I standardized on IKEA boxes because they are affordable, transparent and stackable. Being transparent is essential because it helps you see inside. I use small and big boxes according to the volume of the content. And of course, they are labeled. Smaller parts are stocked in these boxes where I print a sheet of paper and use a pencil for labeling because I can erase it if I change the content. If I buy assortments, I keep them in the original box and just add a label. Next are Excel lists, which also play a significant role. One example is the list of keeping track of Wi-Fi devices with key information like MAC addresses, purpose, supplier and assigned IPs. The MAC address is a unique identifier that helps find the IP addresses assigned to a new box. I often label my devices with their MAC addresses and use the free advanced IP scanner to search for their IP addresses. MAC addresses are assigned by the manufacturers and should be unique. Mind maps are another type of lists I use. For example, I keep packing lists for different trips in mind map format, with categories like clothing, electronics or sports gear. I also use mind maps to brainstorm video ideas and topics over time. Taking photos is second nature to younger generations. Photos are faster, more complete and easy to share. So I take lots of pictures for documentation. I nearly replaced paper and pencil for that purpose, also because my smartphone is always with me. They are especially handy for documenting disassembly, so I can refer to them during reassembly, especially if there is a delay between the two tasks. Photos can also go into my project documentation, of course. The internet is my primary source of information, but it's easy to lose track of valuable pages. That's why I use Evernote, which lets me clip web content and organize it with tags. Without that web clipper, I often knew that I had found something in my investigations, but I had again to search for it. Evernote syncs across devices, so whether I'm using my iPhone or iPad, I can access the information on my PC. I save most mobile clips in a folder named !stack. The exclamation mark makes it appear first in the list. Documents in this folder are regularly tagged on my PC. Lastly, there is the to-do list. I use the one in Microsoft Office since I've been using Office forever and it syncs with my iPhone, which is essential for managing tasks on the go. Vital if you are often on the road. To-do lists can also help reduce stress. Many open tasks usually create stress if we think we cannot execute everything in the time available. Try to make a list of all the tasks, and things often feel more manageable than you initially thought. I must admit that this is my weakest point, and it should be improved a lot because I sometimes forget important things. That is why I'm sure I forgot aspects of information management. So feel free to add your thoughts and tricks. Because on this channel, the comments contain at least as much information as the video. What did we learn today? Documenting projects in Word to save time and keep everything organized for later reference. Labeling nearly everything is a perfect method to link the physical with the information world. Boxes are like documents in the physical world. They keep things together. Creating lists for often used things is highly efficient because they can be sorted and filtered. Because they support structuring, Mind maps are powerful to create complete lists. Taking photos instead of paper notes is faster and often contains additional information. A web clipper makes sure you find information easily and do not have to search the internet again and again. Using to-do lists reduces forgetfulness and can also reduce stress. That was all for today. As always, you find all the relevant links in the description. If you found this video useful or interesting, please support the channel. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!